Hey everyone, welcome to I Just Watched. I'm Joseph. We're about to discuss the finale to Rings of Power, episode 8. Season 1 is done with. Before we get into it, I gotta hit you with the usual, which is hopefully you like this enough to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell to get notified. An official spoiler warning before we get into the episode. And also kind of the spoiler warning for the season. But if we're here, that means we've been watching it together. So let's get into it. Right off the back in this episode, they want to give us that the big friendly giant is Sauron. And it just didn't feel right. Even if, for whatever reason, Sauron forgot who he was or what he was, more so, he wouldn't be a polite, kind, helpful human being. And, you know, real quick, we find out that he's actually the wizard. He's the Swizzard. We were, as a unit, kind of guessing at, figuring. It was like, yeah, it's most likely a wizard. Which wizard? We don't know. Is it one that we eventually see on screen? Is it one of the ones we've never seen, just know of? I guess we'll find out in season 2. And one of the things, another thing they did in this episode to kind of, right off the back, Hellbrand himself is giving you these vibes, and you're like, okay, so big friendly giant's clearly not Sauron. Hellbrand is giving you mad Sauron vibes, and it was quick though. Like, everything happened so fast, where I would have preferred more subtle build versus this final episode. He's Sauron, he's not Sauron, he's Sauron. Oh, it's over. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know, it happened so much. I would have preferred they ended with the big guy being Sauron, and Hellbrand just giving us Sauron vibes, and you're kind of like, but he's Sauron, but he's kind of acting like it, because he's also teaching Celebrimbor how to make the rings. And it just, little things like that didn't make sense, because from what I remember, Sauron never left Middle-earth. He was kind of like recuperating, clearly. Also, he doesn't just teach them how to make the rings, he seduces and deceives Celebrimbor to make the rings. And this first season, for a show called The Rings of Power, the rings are nothing. In one episode, they get discussed, they get created, they get made. We got 3 of 19 down. Technically there's 20, but 20 is the one to rule them all that Sauron makes in Mount Doom. It felt so, a series that has 8 episodes, budget this big, lore so vast. It felt very sloppy. This last episode, like, oh yeah, you know what? Rings of Power, we gotta bring them into the show. Skibidi boo boo bop, here's 3 rings, let's go. And I was like, nah. I said it before and I'll say it again. Overall, this show to me is not that good at all. It's kind of a hard watch. If you don't know any of the true lore, the lore that this is set in, you might enjoy it more because things are just kind of happening. But even then, it's lackluster overall. I'm not a fan. Again, I said it. What really brought me back was me wanting just to see them try to bring stuff to life, or just visually bring things to life that I love in the Lord of the Rings lore, in Tolkien's writings and stuff like that. So not that good of a show. I mean, I think they had said they were gonna make 5 seasons if I remember correctly. I'd be surprised this goes past 2. I want to hear your thoughts. How do you feel about the show? How do you feel about the ending? The episode wasn't bad, but it wasn't good enough to blow me away. It wasn't good enough for me to be like, wow, like, you know what, okay, I wasn't feeling it, but this episode got me hyped, it got me ready. Where's season 2? No, I was actually more pleasant to find that it was over. I was like, cool, it's over. I don't have to watch this no more. I can move on. I'm not trying to rewatch it. I'm not trying to relive it. I'm not really trying to talk to people about it. And that's how I know it didn't really sit with me. That's how I know I didn't really like fall in love with this series, because others I want to talk about. It's funny because certain series like She-Hulk I want to talk about because there's so much that I dislike, and I feel like there was missed opportunity there. I still want to talk about it in that sense. And then House of Dragons I want to talk about because I think it's so damn good. This show felt right in the middle where it's like, it's okay. I don't really care. I don't want to talk about it. Really excite me. It didn't really do anything for me. I want to hear your thoughts. How do you feel about the show again? How do you feel they brought it to life? Do you care? Are you excited for the future seasons? Do you like what they're doing? Let me know down below in the comment section. I want to hear from you. Overall, again, for the final episode, I feel like nothing really happened. They said he's Sauron, but he's not. He's actually Sauron. Here's 3 rings. Come back for season 2. And that was it. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess we'll see. Down below, I love hearing from you. But until next time, stay safe, be well. Adios.